Do you guys do you guys want to learn how to solve this Fisher cube in 5 steps? In my today's video, I'm going to show you how to solve this Fisher cube in less than 5 algorithms. So are you guys ready for it? Let's start with today's video.
Maybe you should take it slow.
Hey, what's up, Krish here, and welcome back to my another awesome video. In my today's video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to solve this cube. So on this channel, I post videos on solving different types of cubes and the tutorials and the methods to solve it. So if you're new here and if you want to learn more, consider subscribing. So as I was solving the Fisher cube, I know that the Fisher cube is similar to the Rubik's cube. So they will look little different, but they all have the same pieces, like the corners, centers and the edge pieces, and they have 6 sides. So we have to do the same thing for the Fisher cube you do for the Rubik's cube. So before we begin solving the Fisher cube, I want to tell you guys the pieces and the notations for the Fisher cube. So the pieces for the Fisher cubes are, the Fisher cube has the pieces for the Fisher cube are the corners, the edges and the center. So the Fisher cube has 8 corner pieces, 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. Here is one, the other is 2 are over here and 1 is over here. Now the corners have 3 colors in it, so there are 4 at the top, there are 4 at the bottom. And the Fisher cube has 12 edge pieces. Now the edge pieces are with 2 colors, there are 4 at the top, 4 in the middle, and there are 4 at the bottom. And the last is the centers. There are 6 centers with only 1 color, 4 are in the middle, 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. So the centers don't move when we solve for the cube. Now the regular Rubik's cube, we made the notations for the Fisher cube are, the left side is this, so we will not look the cube from here, we'll look it from here. This is the left side. Now left clockwise is this way, and this is left counterclockwise or left prime. Same as for the right side, right counterclockwise or prime and right clockwise. Then there is front side, front clockwise, front prime. Then back side, back clockwise and back prime. Then the up side, this is up clockwise and up counterclockwise, and this is down clockwise and down counterclockwise. So there are only 6 notations for this cube. They are very easy, but we'll only use 4 of them: the left side, the right side, the up and the front side, and the down side. We'll only use 5 of them. We'll not use the back one. So now we are ready to solve the cube. Let's start solving the cube. Step 1 is to solve the white cross. Now on a regular Rubik's cube, the white cross is a centerpiece and 4 edge pieces, but for the Fisher cube we'll have 1 centerpiece and 4 corner pieces, because we have to make a cross with corner pieces, not with the edge pieces. So we'll find a yellow centerpiece which is over here, as the yellow centerpiece is opposite to the white one. So we'll bring 4 corner pieces around the yellow centerpiece. We already have one, let's look for one more. Now the other one is over here. Now whenever the piece is at the top, we'll move it once and then we'll look at where the piece should go. Now if there is a white piece at the top like this, we'll move the top layer until there is a space without the white piece, and we'll move it at the top. We have 2 of them solved. Now this one is at the bottom, so we'll find a space without the white. Here is that, and we'll simply move it twice, so it is at the top. Now the last piece is over here. Now we have to do the same thing. Now for this one, move the top layer until there is a piece without the white facing you, so you can move it once, and then move the top layer again so it is where the piece should go, and move it at the top, and you will have the white cross. Now there are no steps to do this, you can do it any way you want. We just have to make a white cross, or we have to make the 4 edges around the yellow centerpiece. Now the next thing is we will orient the centers and we'll make a white cross. Now so we'll just match the colors and we'll do the next thing is we'll orient the corner pieces, or we'll match the corner pieces with this edge pieces. So we'll find these two colors and then we'll match it with the center and we'll move the side twice. So as you can see, here is red and blue. We'll not look at this color, red and blue, so we'll bring red and blue by moving the two bottom layers. Now as you can see, the red and blue was already there, so we'll move the layer where there is red and blue matching. Now we will not orient the piece right now, we'll orient it in next step, but we'll just move the face twice so it is at the bottom. We'll do it for all of the pieces. Now the next piece is blue and orange, so move the bottom two layers until there is a blue and orange facing this. Now here is blue and orange, and then move the face twice. Now green and red, move the bottom two layers, green and red is over here, move it twice. Orange and green, they are already matched, so move the face twice. We have to do it for all 4 pieces and we'll have a white cross at the bottom. Now the next thing is to flip the cube around and we'll orient the corners with the edges. So to orient the corners with the edges, now here is the piece that is already solved, so we'll not look at that. You have to solve this piece. So the easiest way is move the face twice and then move the corner piece out of the way, and then we'll match the edges according to the corner. So on the corner piece, the green is facing left and the orange is on the right. So we'll move the face twice until the piece is similar to the corner piece. Green is facing left and orange is on the right. So we'll bring the face back and they will be matched, and then we'll move the face twice again. So we'll still have the cross. We have to do it for all of the pieces. Move it twice, move the face out of the way. Now the red is on the left, so we'll move the face until the red is on the left. Bring the piece back and move it twice. Do it for the red and blue. Move it twice. Red is on the right, so we'll move the face until there is red on the right. Move it back and move the face twice. We'll still have the white cross and the edges and the corners will be solved. Step 2 is to solve the white face. Now we'll find the edge piece and then we'll solve for it with the white color. So look at the bottom layer and we'll find an edge piece with the white. So the edge piece has 2 colors, white and orange here, as you can see. Now we have to find where this piece should go. So we'll find the corners with 2 orange. Now as you can see, there are orange on left and the right side both, so this piece should go over here. So we have to bring the piece where it needs to go, and then we have to do the algorithm from the left side. So we'll do this algorithm. The algorithm for this is left counterclockwise, down counterclockwise, left clockwise and down clockwise until this piece is solved. So do it until the piece is solved. L, D, L, D, L counterclockwise, D counterclockwise, L clockwise, down clockwise, L, D, L, D, L, D, L, D. And the piece is solved. As you can see, we have to do it for all 4 pieces. Now the green one is already solved, and look at the bottom there and find a piece. Now here is the piece with blue in it, and we are on the correct spot where the blue should go. So we'll do the algorithm again. L counterclockwise, D counterclockwise, L clockwise and D clockwise until the blue is solved. Now the blue is solved and the only piece left is the red one. So the red one is over here. Now sometimes the piece will be over here, so when you solve for the piece that needs to go where? Over here, or the other piece should go at the bottom. So we will do the algorithm again. L D L D L D L D L D L D, and you have the white side solved, as you can see. Step 3 is to solve the yellow. Step 3 is to solve the centers on the middle layer. So we'll again flip the cube and we'll solve the centers by, now the centerpiece only have one color in it, so we'll find a color. So we'll find a piece with only one color at the top layer and we'll solve for that. So find a piece with only one color. Now here is green piece and we have to find where the piece should go. So again remember that we have to look at the left and the right edge pieces to know where the piece should go. So the green left and the right piece are over here, so this should go over here. Now there are two algorithms, the left and the right algorithm. I'll show you the left algorithm first. So you have to match the center piece with the edge piece on the left side. This is the right side, this is the left side, and the algorithm you have to do is U clockwise, R clockwise, U clockwise again, R counterclockwise, and U counterclockwise. And then you have to go on the right side and then do left counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, and L clockwise, sorry, and you will have the piece solved. Now for the right side, we'll solve it on the next piece. So the next piece is the red one. So for the right side, bring it on the right side, and the move you have to do is up counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise again, then L clockwise and U clockwise. Then for this side we have to move on the left side and then do R counterclockwise, U clockwise, and then do R clockwise, U clockwise, and R counterclockwise, and you will have the red piece solved. Now you have to do it for all of the pieces. Now the next is the orange one. Let's solve it from the right side. So you have to remember from which side you solve the piece, because when you solve for the yellow side you have to know the pieces where you solve it. So the orange, the algorithm for the right side is R U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise again, L clockwise, and U clockwise. Move on the left side and then do R clockwise, U clockwise, and R counterclockwise, and the piece is solved. Now the last piece is the blue one, but we are already solved with that one. So then the next thing is we have to look at the top layer, and you should only have 3 cases. You should have 2 pieces solved, 4 pieces solved, or none piece solved. So in my case there are 2, but sometimes you have 1 or 3 pieces. So the move I will show you what you have to do for that piece. Now whenever you have 1 or 3 pieces already top layer, so we have to do the same move for this 1 piece solved, or we'll have 3 pieces solved. So we have to flip one of these pieces. So the blue side, it was already solved. We solved the right side from the left move, so we'll do the right move for the side. So the thing you have to do, we have to bring these 2 pieces at the top. So we'll do the left counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, and left clockwise. So now we don't need this piece, so we'll solve it again for that piece, not this piece. Do R counterclockwise, or R do R clockwise, U clockwise, and R counterclockwise, and then we'll solve for the red one. So for this we did left, so we'll do the right algorithm. Do right counterclockwise, or do U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, then L clockwise and U clockwise. Move on the right or move on the left side, and then do R clockwise, U clockwise, and R counterclockwise. And then when you look at the top, you'll still have the rest of the cube solved, but we'll have 2 pieces solved, or we will have 4 or 9 pieces solved. So the next thing is we'll solve for the yellow side. Now when you have 2 pieces solved and it is on a line, this is called a bar. So the algorithm you have to do is we'll face it vertically, and then we'll do this move. Do F counterclockwise, up, we'll do this move. So do F clockwise, U clockwise, R clockwise, then U counterclockwise, R counterclockwise, and front counterclockwise. And you will have still 2 pieces solved, but now they are like a L. So for that we'll bring it on the left and the back side, as you can see. Then we'll do the algorithm again. So do F clockwise, U clockwise, R clockwise, U counterclockwise, R counterclockwise, and front counterclockwise, and you will have a cross at the top. Now if you have any corner pieces solved, or now if you have any edge pieces solved, don't worry about that right now. Step 5 is to solve the rest of the cube. Now there is only the corners and the edges remain to solve, so we'll solve for that. The next thing is we'll solve for the corner pieces. So we will have a cross, and we'll move the top layer until we have 2 corner pieces solved. Now there are 2 solved. Now they are not next to each other, we have to bring them next to each other. So we'll face it vertically, then we'll do this algorithm. Do R clockwise, U clockwise, R counterclockwise, U clockwise, R clockwise, U twice clockwise, and R counterclockwise. And we'll have 2 pieces solved next to each other, and 2 will not be solved. So we'll face the solved pieces on the back and the right side, as you can see, and we'll do the algorithm again. So do R clockwise, U clockwise, R counterclockwise, U clockwise, R clockwise, U twice clockwise, and R counterclockwise. And when you move it once, we'll have all 4 pieces solved. Now the next thing is we'll bring the edge pieces on the correct places. Now we'll not orient them, but we'll just bring it where it needs to go. So look and find if you have one on the correct spot. I have one. This is the orange one. Now if you don't have any piece that is solved, you can do the algorithm for any side, but if you have one piece solved, bring it on the right front side. So this is facing me on the right front side, and then the algorithm you have to do is very simple. U clockwise, R clockwise, U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, then U clockwise, R counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, and L clockwise. And you will have this piece again solved. These 3 pieces should be flipped, so we'll do the move again. So this piece will be solved. Do U clockwise, R clockwise, U counterclockwise, L counterclockwise, U clockwise, R counterclockwise, U counterclockwise, and L clockwise. We'll have all 4 pieces on the correct spot. Now the next and the last step is we will orient the 4 yellow edge pieces. Now to orient the 4 yellow edge pieces, the algorithm is very easy. We have to do this move, the RDRD move. So we have to solve all 4 pieces. Now if you have any piece that is solved, bring it on the left front side, so you don't have to like solve for that. and it will not in your way. So bring a piece that needs to be solved on the right front side. Now this is the piece that needs to go solved, and then we'll do this move. Now the move is in 4 sets, so don't forget any step or you'll mess with all of the cube. So the algorithm you have to do is R counterclockwise, down counterclockwise, R clockwise and down clockwise until the yellow piece is solved. So do R D R D, then again R D R D R D R and D, and now you will have the piece solved. Now instead of moving the cube around and solving for this cube, move the top there and bring the next bit there, next piece that needs to solve, and do the algorithm again. R D R D R D R D R D R D R D R D, and the piece is solved. Do it for all of the pieces. The red one, R D R D R D R D. The piece is solved. The last piece, R D R D R D R D, and when you move the up once or twice, you will have the cube solved. Now if you mess any piece with the RDRD, you will have the cube mixed, so don't do that. So this was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want you guys to learn more about the cubes. So if you are new here and want to learn more about the cubes, consider subscribing. And if you find this video useful, give it a like and comment down below what you like to see in my upcoming videos. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.